Somewhere in a galaxy far, far away, not in space, but inside our consoles, our hard drives, our childhood memories, a story died before it was even born. Not with a lightsaber duel, not in a climactic battle, but in silence, executed in a boardroom. Welcome to the tragedy of Star Wars Outlaws 2, a game that never made it past the womb, a sequel that was cancelled in such an early stage, it never even had a chance to crawl, let alone fly. Ubisoft pulled the plug, quietly, efficiently. Corporate mercy killing. And the saddest part? No one was surprised. Because Star Wars Outlaws, despite all its promise, flopped. Critically praised? Yes. But financially? A ghost. A casualty of an industry that no longer knows what it wants, and a franchise that no longer knows what it is. You can feel it, can't you? That slow, aching decay of the Star Wars brand. Not the movies, not the toys, the games. Once legendary, once untouchable, now treated like licensed cannon fodder by publishers who chase trends instead of dreams. And Ubisoft, the same company that gave us beautiful worlds with broken souls, blames the fans. They blame the brand. They blame Star Wars fatigue. But let's be honest, this isn't fatigue. This is failure. This is what happens when you try to manufacture magic on a quarterly schedule. This is what happens when passion is replaced with profit margins, when storytelling is buried under live service roadmaps, when the galaxy becomes just another spreadsheet column. Insider Tom Henderson recently revealed on his podcast that Star Wars Outlaws 2 was indeed in the works, very, very, very early. But Ubisoft looked at it and said, let's not do that. Just like that, 4 words and an entire universe collapses. Kay Vess, gone. Her arc frozen midair. The galaxy left unfinished. And for what? Because the first game didn't perform? Because in 2025, if your game doesn't break 1 billion TikToks or top Steam charts in the first week, it's already considered a corpse. Because publishers like Ubisoft have forgotten that greatness takes time and risks. Risks like Mass Effect, like KOTOR, like Jedi Fallen Order. They forget that legacy is not measured in pre-orders, but in how long your story lingers after the credits roll. Let's not pretend this is just about money. It's about cowardice, about an industry so terrified of failure that it started aborting its future before it can even breathe. Games aren't being killed because they fail. They're being killed because someone thinks they might. But here's what they didn't expect. We noticed that Kay Vess's journey might end in a standalone grave. We noticed that Ubisoft, in all its ambition, couldn't find the heart to finish what it started. We noticed that Star Wars, what's the boldest storytelling playground in gaming, is now just a shell. A brand name slapped on half-baked blueprints, scrapped before the players ever touch them. And we ask, what happens when the players want more, but the publishers run away? The truth is this. Star Wars Outlaws 2 didn't fail. It was never given the chance. In another timeline, Kay Vess could have become a legend. In another timeline, the sequel could have been the redemption arc. In another timeline, Ubisoft remembered what storytelling meant. But in this one, the Empire struck first. And it wasn't with the Death Star. It was with a memo, a cancellation, a whisper. This isn't just about one game. This is about what we lose when companies stop believing in the stories they tell. We mourn characters that never existed. We defend universes we never got to explore. We cry over save files that never saved. Because we are not just consumers. We are the fans, the dreamers, the ones who remember what games were supposed to be. And we will never forget this galaxy's silent funeral. Like if you still believe in Kay Vess. Comment Ubisoft failed Star Wars if you refuse to let this fade into silence. Share this with every fan who deserves to know the truth. September 4th, 2025. The Nintendo Switch 2 launch of Outlaws may be its final breath. Make it count. Because some stories deserve more than a boardroom's mercy. They deserve a legacy.